6 outdated grammar rules it's okay to break. 1. Ending a sentence with a preposition. This is more of a superstition than an actual rule. It was already mocked all the way back in 1942. The Wall Street Journal came up with a witticism.
This is pedantry up with which I will not put.
Asking what are you looking at is perfectly fine. At what are you looking sounds contrived. 2. Not using whom. Most of the time, the rules on the proper usage of whom are obscure to most speakers. That's understandable, since it's a vestigial word in English. In most contexts, it sounds way too stuffy. Few people would say, "Whom are you going to believe?" But it's useful in expressions, like "to whom it may concern." 3. Beginning a sentence with and or but. Someone once decided that you shouldn't begin sentences with conjunctions. Maybe it was an overzealous teacher, but it's perfectly alright to start a sentence with and, but, or etc. It's one of the best attention-grabbing techniques. Just don't overdo it. 4. Differentiating between that and which. This rule is, and has always been spurious. Supposedly, a non-restrictive clause demands which. A restrictive clause must correspondingly use that. In fact, this rule is only partly true. That is never used with non-restrictive clauses, but which can be used whenever and wherever. That which doesn't kill you, makes you stronger, is a restrictive clause. You can't possibly replace which with that in it. 5. Splitting infinitives. The very term split infinitive is based on a dumb analogy to Latin. In Latin, it's impossible to split a verb. It consists of a single word, such as amare, to love. But in English, the so-called infinitive to love consists of 2 words, not one. There's absolutely no reason to place an adverb outside. In fact, many phrases demand a split infinitive to make sense. Profits are expected to more than double this year is fine. Profits are expected more than to double this year is gibberish. 6. Saying me instead of I. This is called the predicative nominative. It's me is a perfectly correct response to who's there. The rule of always saying I is a product of confusion. Accusative predicates, me instead of I, have been used for centuries. They can be found in the works of Shakespeare, Samuel Pepys, Ernest Hemingway, and Virginia Woolf. The choice between it is he and it is him is strictly one of formal versus informal style.